Hello, we are live today. It's Angela and Angela Macaluso with me today from Italy. She's in Sicily, and she is the CEO and co-founder or founder of Italy by Experts. And so I'm happy to have her on our show today. It's been a couple of weeks. Do you want to just go ahead and introduce yourself?
Ciao, Angela. Thank you for inviting me. I'm so excited to be with you because you know that I love you. So I love your work and what you are doing. So I'm very, very happy that you invited me. Yes, my name is Angela Macaluso, and I am a founder and director of Italy by Experts. I have more than 25 years of experience in inbound tourism. And as you told, I am in Sicily because I born with Sicily by Experts. So with the expertise of my beautiful island, I'm very determined. I love what I do, and I do what I love. That is tourism, and is Italy, and in particular, my beautiful region. And I define myself as an experiences hunter. So I am always on the research to find experiences all over Sicily and Italy, and it's what I love more, to show something out of the box.
One thing I've got to say is just listening to your voice right now makes us all miss Italy. I mean, just hearing your beautiful accent and seeing your gorgeous hair, is making us all kind of feel really, really ready to jump on a plane and get over to Italy. Okay, let's talk. How did you get started with Italy by Experts? You guys were Sicily by Experts. How did this next stage come to be, and how did you formulate that?
I started by chance 25 years ago with Sicily by Experts. Yeah. I told you because I met someone that introduced me for a case in this beautiful world tourism, and I became their local expert, their local guide for groups. And then I decided that I had to go in deep in my region. And this was until 2 years ago. I'm still specialist in Sicily, but at a certain point when COVID arrived, I decided that I had to do something for my colleagues, something for Italy. And I decided to put together other experts like me and to create a crazy project, because it's a sharing project that we can talk about.
Okay, yeah, and then we're going to talk about that for a minute, because a lot of people are asking, how does this all work and so forth? So keep going.
So Italy by Expert is a particular project because it can be imagined as a luxury travel container, let's say that. Formed by travel professionals all over Italy. We are travel designers, DMC, each one of us specialists and located in our region. And we decided to join forces and create this particular project.
So, okay, let me introduce you let me interrupt you really quick. How did you decide which DMCs and which locations you were going to collaborate with? Because as you know from my group, we've got hundreds of different operators in Italy. There's so many people working there. Like, how did you handpick who you might be using?
Even though I am a specialist in Sicily, and I have been for many, many years specialist in Sicily, my repeaters client or some agencies with whom I work generally asked me, Angela, I want to do the same thing that you do in Sicily with the same philosophy, because I'm specialist in experiential and relational tourism all over Italy, in other regions. But I couldn't do that. I mean, I'm specialist in Sicily. I'm located in Sicily. We have a special concept of tourism that then we will talk about. And I need someone like me that I can trust, but they can follow the same philosophy. And sometimes I met some DMC, in trade shows, or it happened that some clients needed the service in a particular region, and I just told them, okay, let's try this DMC, because they have great reviews, they have wonderful clientele, same agencies. So I started to know them like out of my new project. Right. And then I when I decided to create Italy by Experts, I just put together all the best. The ones that I trust more, because it's a project that you have trust really someone if you want to go ahead with this project.
So generally, okay, for people watching, a destination management company covers what pieces in Italy? So let's start really basic for people who maybe have not ever used a destination management company. Can we kind of do a 101 on this and really break it down? What exactly do you guys cover when you say destination management company? Because I know we've got some newer viewers here that maybe haven't like used used a product like this before. Or, they were using US tour operators and so forth. And they might not know the components behind the scenes. So.
No, I know that it's difficult sometimes because there are some travel agents. Most of all, I need to say you that most of our clientele come from United States and Canada.
Okay.
So, 70% of our clientele come from United States. And in the United States, there are a lot of big host agencies with a lot of agencies that work together, and they trust they are preferred supplier. Sometimes I understand we are on the other side of the world, and for them it's difficult to trust someone that they don't know. And so what we do with this particular project in this last year that we have been closed at home, we decided to invite each week 10 to 20 travel agents with invitation, private invitation, and we decided to do webinar focused on each region and focused on wine and food experiences, villas, or family tours. We wanted to create the first thing, to create a trust in us. Because one thing is that you send an email and say, okay, I am DMC, I do this and that, but you don't know me. Another thing is to meet someone. I told you before, I am specialist in relational tourism. For me, relationships are the base of everything, also in tourism. So in this moment, it was impossible to meet our travel agencies or new travel agencies, and we decided to go ahead with webinars. And during webinars, we decided not only to focus on a region, to let them know the region, all the experiences that can be created, but the most important thing is to know us. Italy by Expert, as I told you, is a container of different DMC. And respect the other DMC in Italy that have a unique, they are located in a big town, and they for sure relate with some other DMC all over the regions, but the travel agency from United States or the client will never know who they will meet in Sicily if their DMC is in Roma. Our concept is different. I want that the agencies know perfectly who they will work with and who their clientele will meet in each region. So the web focuses more to know us. You know that in Tuscany you will meet Laura, in Le Marche you will meet Marco, in Sardinia Davide, or in Abruzzo Valentina, in Amalfi Coast Vittorio, or in Veneto Chiara, and so on. So you will have a person, you will have a face, you will have a character, you will know who they are. I want that they put their face. And most important thing, I want that the travel agent on the other side of the world know that the itinerary in Tuscany didn't come from me. It came from Laura. So I want to put in evidence their work. This is why it's a crazy project. It's a particular project.
Yeah, so it's a collaboration of how many different DMCs working together now?
In this moment, we are 12. 12. But yes, I'm trying to put also other DMC in other regions that are not covered at the moment. They are regions that perhaps sometimes the clients don't use a lot, but we want that they will be visible because, as I told you in the last conversations we have had, Italy is more than Venice, Roma, or Taormina. Italy is an amazing land full of beautiful villages and towns and landscapes that need to be discovered.
Okay, so let's just to help our viewers who are learning how to work with the DMC. So a lot of times clients will call up and say, I want to go to Italy, and they usually want, Venice, Rome, Florence, or maybe Amalfi Coast. What is the most important information to help our viewers when they're trying to work with the DMC? What are you looking for exactly to really make the sale go smoothly? Because I feel like maybe they don't give you enough information, or they don't qualify their client enough. Do you find that to be part of the case?
No, what we ask is generally the identity of the client. I mean, we don't want to know their name or surname. We want just to know more in deep what the client is looking for. Because what we do is to customize, to design a perfect itinerary. And to do that, we need to know more about the client. What we want to do is as much as information we have for the client, who is the client, what is looking for, what is his expectation, for Italy, for his holiday, we will be more able to give to the agent the perfect and detailed itinerary. And so what we want is not to let the client understand that the itinerary was done from someone in Italy, but that their agent are experts of Italy. We want to form travel agents. We want that they are able to know Italy, even though they have never been here. So as much as more information we have, because it's not our client, and we don't talk with the client.
Right.
So we need information from our travel agencies to be able to help them to build the perfect itinerary and to have a lead, because this is the purpose, to have as much as more leads we can.
Okay, so for the viewers, some of the things that she's saying is get as much information as you can about that client, because then they can really customize it to match what your client's needs are, and then giving them as much information as possible just to be able to build it around that. Okay, we already have a question coming in from someone watching who's asking, what kind of accommodations do you guys use?
Generally, we use boutique hotels or private villas. We have built a nice collection, hotel and villa collection, because Italy by Expert is more than the MC. Italy by Expert is like a community of lovers of Italy. It's formed by us, but it's formed also by travel agencies around the world that married this philosophy and this project, and is formed by beautiful, amazing supplier that generally are leader supplier. I mean, they are not very known, they are not a big brand, and there is a reason, Angela, for that. First of all, because we like experiences, as I told you, so you can have the most important experiences in leader hotels and not in big chain of hotels. And the second thing that is, I think, the most important, Italy work and live by tourism. Tourism represented 13% in our economy. And after the COVID, during this year and 6 months, we were destroyed by COVID, not only for the health part or the relationships, but also in the economy. And the economy rely on tourism. So, and the persons, the societies, the entrepreneur that suffered more were the little DMC, the little boutique hotels, the farmhouses, the little restaurants in the unknown places. So what we tried to do was to put together all these realities that are amazing, that have high standard services and quality, and they are in our project. So we try to help them together, because together we have more power, let's say that, to help them to have more clientele. So our accommodation, if a client asks for a 5-star luxury, very known, we give them. We give it to them because we have contracts all over Italy, from the 5 stars to the villa. But what we prefer and what we suggest to our agents is to take little boutique hotels. So you will find 10 rooms, 20 rooms, 25 rooms. This is what we prefer.
Okay, and as far as the boutique hotels go, I know that people always have an issue when they come from the United States, feeling like they might not have enough space in them, to even open their luggage. Is that the case in the boutique hotels that you're using? Because, sometimes older buildings and structures lead to lesser accommodations because, they're 3,000 years old now. Wonderful. No, up your luggage. And I only say that because when I was staying near the Vatican, I booked a boutique, and literally by the time I'd opened my luggage, I could not walk to the room or anything. I was like, great location, no space. So.
No, the boutique hotel that we selected, not boutique hotel, it doesn't mean that they are very little with no space. Boutique hotels, it's something that go behind. I mean, they are beautiful hotels, sometimes familiar hotels, but with beautiful rooms and sometimes swimming pools and outdoor spaces. In our community, because as I told you, we formed this community that is like a private club. So it's under invitation, and it's a private community where we post for our agencies that are inside of this project. We post pictures and videos and accommodations, so they always know what type of accommodations we use. And when we send an itinerary, the itinerary is detailed and with the descriptions and pictures of each hotels that we suggest to use, or the villa.
Okay, here's another question. Do the boutique hotels have king beds?
What?
Do the boutique hotels have king beds? Somebody's asking.
Yes, some yes, some others no. But I mean, they have no very tight or little beds. They are very comfortable, but in some boutique hotels you can ask for king size beds. Naturally, if they have 20 rooms, only 2 or 3 have king size beds. The other they have queen beds or the classical matrimoniale beds that we use in Italy, but they are comfortable. I mean, they are not big like the one that you use, but they are very comfortable.
Okay. Moving on a little bit from those questions from the viewers today, what do you feel like the comeback is like right now in Italy? I mean, we've just opened in the United States this week, last week. How do you feel like that's going?
If I have to look at the future of my country, so my beautiful Italy, I can say that Italy is named the most desirable destination in the world. It's not Angela that is saying that. Italy was the most searched holiday destination among people in 97 countries, including the US or Canada.
Right.
And this was a research during the last months. So it's an iconic destination for art, architecture, gastronomy, and history. So this is not surprise. It's not surprise for us that travelers look to come back in Italy. Naturally, the popular cities like Roma, Venice, Florence continue to be popular, but I'm seeing a new interest towards beautiful places like that were not very known, or at least they were known, but was a second choice. Now became a first choice, like Sicily, like Sardinia, like Marche, like Puglia, more than 2019. So what I think is that Italy cannot, we have suffered a lot, but Italy will be again very strong in the next years. It will not be for this year. This is for sure. I mean, in this moment, we are seeing some requests, but very few for 2021, perhaps because the rules were not cleared enough until last week. Sometimes because I can understand that American travelers in this moment are scared about the news that arrived in United States from Italy. But Italy is safe. Our vaccinations is going very fast.
Yeah.
Before September, almost 80% of the population will be vaccinated. Okay. And we follow rules. And so I think that people can come in Italy without any problems and without reason to be fear. The only thing is that not only in Italy, I think that it will be all around the world. Tourism numbers will become again strong in 2-3 years, not immediately. We need
now here's a question that I hear a lot of people asking, is that they want to go to Italy, but they're afraid they won't have the complete experience. Are things open, or are they closed, or what does that look like? Because people don't go there and then, Vatican's closed, or, so forth.
No, there are someone that naturally are closed. They decided to close. Some little hotels, for example, they decided to close because there were not enough numbers of reservation. But mostly of the things such as restaurants, hotels, and some experiences that before the people were able to do, they are again open. As I told you, we live on tourism, so we cannot permit ourselves to close. We are really doing a lot to continue to work. And the fact that we tried to put together the boutique hotels or the little DMC and so on is because we want to help also them and help each other to stay in the tourism field, because our government didn't give us enough. So this was the most important problem we have had in Italy. And if we continue to be opened, it's because we believe in our work, we love our work, and we continue to do sacrifices to be here for our clients. So this is why Italy by Experts born. The idea was to help each other and to become more stronger because we were together.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the things you can do. We've talked about hotels. You definitely can do transfers, and you can do experiences. Am I missing anything?
We do.
Yeah.
We organize events, and we do also weddings, because some of us are wedding planners. So we cover almost everything, because as I told you, what we do is customizing any request. And because we have different skill sets, because we have different knowledgeable, because we are so many people, and each one of us has an expertise in something, we are able to answer to all questions and to realize the best itinerary, the best vacation, or the best wedding in Italy.
Yeah, amazing. So let's talk about some of the experiences you can put together. Give me some ideas.
But there are lots of experiences. What I can say you is that, as I told at the beginning, the most important thing we do is relational tourism. We put in contact clients with locals. This is our focus.
I love that so much, putting clients together with locals. So you're getting a really authentic experience when you're coming.
But this was the beginning of our relational tourism, to put clients in contact with locals. And I can say you that it started also for a case. I worked for travel agencies in United States that was focused on gastronomy, culinary tours. So we organized it I'm talking about 2001, so many years ago. And I organized it for them cooking classes. And at a certain point, the last cooking class, we could not able to do it because the owner of the agriturismo, where it was supposed to be done, had a big problem in her family. So she told me the day before, Angela, I'm not able to do it. So what I did was to call my mother and say, okay, I have 10 clients. There are some VIP. I didn't know who they were, but the agency told me, Angela, please, they are VIP. I said, okay, we will invite them to our house. So at the beginning, my mother was scared. And I told her, Mama, it's like I'm inviting 10 friends. You generally do for me, do again. So the beginning was very, very scary for everybody. But once they arrived in my home and they started to talk by hands, because my mother doesn't speak English, and my mother talked with them and showed them how to do the arancine, the rice balls filled with ragu, ham, and cheese. And when they came back to the agency, they told the highlights of the trip was to go for dinner at Angela house with her mama. Mm-hmm. So the VIP was a journalist of an important magazine in New York about Italian cuisine. So Italian table cooking exactly was the magazine. And they made an amazing article. And from that point, I told myself, what I have to do is to put in contact travelers with locals, and they have to have connections to become friends with them. And this fact, Angela, was, how to say, put in evidence in my mind more in the last year. During this year where we have been closed at home, what we have been without any relationship around the world, the relationships helped us. So what I want to do and what we want to do with my staff, with my luxury local expert, is to put clients in contact with the locals. First of all, because they will know better the territory. To know a territory, you have to learn the history, the traditions, the food from the mouth of the locals, because they are the very secret keepers of a territory. And second thing is because you will have friends, you will have families in Italy. So when you come back, you will not have a travel agent or the owner of the bar. You will have friends, and friendships, relationships are amazing and saved and will save the world.
Okay, we have a question from Sandy Simpson up in Indiana. And she says, are these guided tours or independent, or do you offer both?
The guided tours are customized. I mean, we don't do, we have a couple of guaranteed departures tours.
Okay.
But, and this is a fact. I mean, we tried to put together some guaranteed departure tours that we share with our travel agencies around the world in English speaking, right. That will help them to have a beautiful product, high standard quality, but good prices. And this is a fact. Then everything we do, it's customized. And all our guides are local guides with a license. All our drivers are speaking English guides, and sometimes tour escort drivers. And so you will be sure that you will have the best. As I told you, I put together all the best suppliers.
Yeah, and so you might have a day off, Sandy, or she may hook you up with a driver and a guide for that day, for the next day, to see Pompeii or the Amalfi Coast. And so it's customized. It's not guided tours in terms of like Globus or Trafalgar where there's 52 people on the bus. These are all private customized tours. So it can be as independent as you want it to be, or it can be every single day you have a different guide with you, but a custom guide, so to speak. If you want,
they can have the same driver guide for all the tour, and then the local guides in some particular towns.
Yeah, so it's as customized as you want to make it, or as independent as you want to make it. Some people want more independence, and other people need their handheld the whole way, and they can definitely do that. Okay. There's another question coming in from Marianne. Marianne says, what about mobility issues? I have a very high-end potential who wants to take his whole family to Italy. He can walk, but he often uses a wheelchair. And people think that Italy's not too wheelchair friendly. Can you comment on that?
It depends. I mean, not all the towns can be suitable for wheelchairs. I live in a beautiful town, Cefalù. It's an amazing town, but there are some streets, in particular way, some medieval villages like mine. The streets are up and down, full of cobblestones. So it's very difficult, and they are narrow, and there are cars parked everywhere. So this will not be suitable. But there are some towns that are amazing, and they are very they have important places and also services for people that have some disabilities. So we cannot do everything, and we cannot visit some particular towns, but we can do a lot. So they ask for that, they specify that is for some people with the disabilities, and we will give them a particular itinerary adapt to their exigencies.
So you could accommodate a person with mobility issues. You would just need to know all of those details in advance, and then you'd build the itinerary where it would be most convenient for that person in Italy. Okay, so I know that the question that a lot of people have, let me take this question off the screen, is how can an expert in Sicily know what the expert in Milan is doing? And that's why you put together this collaboration, right? Because Sicily and Milan are two different places. And how is that relationship working? I mean, are they more because now instead of just working with the person up in Milan, or how does it work, cost-wise to keep it, affordable for everybody?
It's a very good question, because I told you this is a particular project,
Yeah.
but it's very difficult to understand. I live in Sicily, okay, and I know Italy, but I don't know everything, as I told at the beginning. It's impossible. And I know the main places, like some travel agencies in the United States that say, I am specialist in Italy, but in reality, they know the main places, not all over Italy. I know the territory in general, but I will never be able to know all the experiences that can be lived in another region that is not mine. And so it's the same thing as some travel agencies in the United States or in other countries tell. I know Italy. At certain point, I decided to put together the experts of the territory, the territories. I know perfectly what they do because I know them. So we start again with the first question, relationships. I trust them because I know them. I know what they have done during those years, and I know they are experts. They are really able people. They create amazing itineraries. And as I told you at the beginning, they put their face in our webinars, so also you will know them. And what is important is that the project is based on trust on the various locals, experts that I choose it. I choose them because I know them, but all the project is based on trust. And sometimes some people told me it's a crazy project because how you can be sure that they will do the right things? You can be sure that they will not steal your clients or the clients of the agency. Angela, it's not, perhaps it's crazy, but I think that it's not crazy because I believe in relationships, and this is a relational project. So I'm sure that everything will be okay because I know them and I trust them. Each one of them is a travel designer. It's a person dedicated to provide unique experiences. And in particular way, they have amazing reviews. So
here's a question coming in. Do all of the DMCs have insurance to cover them?
Yes.
Okay, so everybody, you're vetting everybody along the way that they.
When they signed the contract with Italy by Expert, they signed a contract that established all the rules and all the insurance and type of services and so on. And they have to share the same philosophy that we have. They have to follow the same rules that we have in Sicily by Experts. So it's formed by people that have the same mind, same quality of services, and same way of working.
Okay, so if somebody wants to make a booking, they contact you, or do they contact the other DMC up in Milan? But how does that?
As I told you at the beginning, this is like a container. Let's say it's a container. And so it's the same, a unique DMC, a unique voice, a unique interlocutor, so a unique email that is hello@italybyexperts.com. But as soon as we receive the request related to a region, I will pass to my local expert. He will work on the itinerary. We will send back to the client, and then they will find Laura in Tuscany or Vittoria in Amalfi Coast. They will know who they find in the region where they have booked the request.
Perfect, perfect. And then how does the financials go? Can they pay credit card, or do they have to wire the money over? Because that becomes an issue with some host agencies here. So how does payment look on your end?
They can pay or through a bank transfer or by credit card. The only thing is that the credit card, as you know, takes some fees. Normally, it depends on the credit card, is 3% or 4% that we have to add to the itinerary, to the cost. If not, by bank is the same. Sometimes the agencies ask us the type of payment. I mean, if they have to pay us, or if they can let the client pay directly Italy by Expert, and then Italy by Expert can give the agencies their commission. It's a way that we can use. It depends always on what the agencies need, and every time they have to specify this fact. And I think that another important thing for the travel agencies is our website in this moment is under construction, because we are adding a couple of regions more. But as soon as it will be visible, there will not be any itinerary. And there is a reason why we decided that. We want to preserve our agencies, and we will put in our website that for each booking, so for direct clients that will want to book something in Italy with us, if they book to a travel agent, they will receive a 5% of discount. And this is because we want to help the agencies. Clients.
Okay, so hold on. So just so everybody heard what she said, they do sell direct to clients, like many agencies in Italy, but if they book through an advisor, your clients save 5%. And so that's huge that they're supporting agencies and advisors here in the US and around the world. So bravo, bravo.
This is because I'm a travel agent. I was a travel agent. Now I'm a travel designer, but I'm born like travel agent. Yeah. And you know that this is a particular world, an amazing world, the tourism. But as you know, we have had so many problems, in particular way when the OTA born. Every client went directly to them and passed us, and mostly of us have had hard time. So for this reason, we decided that we had to do something for travel agencies. We had not to have the same attitude of the big OTA or other DMC. And as I told at the beginning, this is a sharing project. We are sharing so many things with the agencies, so many projects, so many ideas, and we are sharing also clients. If we have clients that want to go in United States, we are sending them to some travel agencies in the United States. If we have clients who want to go to Portugal, one agency is a specialist in Portugal, so we are sending to her. It's a community. Right. I told you, it's a particular, very different project, and we are proud of that.
Okay, I love that. Okay, we're at the end of our time. How do you want to wrap this up? What do you have to say here to close?
To close everything, I want to say that we are at your disposal. The only thing that I want to precise is that it's not important that the travel agencies work with Italy by Expert. Naturally, I will love that. But the most important thing, and I ask this like a pleasure from everybody, is that this is a particular moment in which the clients, also the wealthy clients looking for luxury, they are changing their idea of luxury. The idea of luxury is completely changed in this moment. People, also wealthy people, are looking for experiences to go in a territory. And because also if you are a specialist in Italy, you are not specialist enough, what I ask is trust some DMC. It's not important you trust Italy by experts. Trust any DMC you want, but trust them, because if they are in the territory, they are locals. If you have a problem, you have them, and they know perfectly what they are giving you. So we are in this moment, the social media is an amazing thing. I mean, it's a brand for every territory. Every client share pictures that become worldwide known. So if you give to a client a wrong place, a wrong accommodation, this will be worldwide. So it will be an image that we cannot be able to support, a bad image of Italy. So trust the advisors, the local DMC, but trust them. We are here to help you and to help Italy, not to give you the bad itineraries. And also, we are the only one that can help the little places, unknown places, off the beaten path. Villages or suppliers. We are the only one. So it's on us this particularly responsibility to give clients instruction to live a different Italy. And this is to not overcrowd some places. So if we want to help Italy, again, turn your image of luxury in another vision. The new vision of tourism: unknown places, beautiful villages, little suppliers, amazing experiences, such as a cooking class in a local family and not in a starred restaurants. You can do it, but do also some other things, some real experiences, authentic experiences. In this way, you will do two things. You will live Italy in a different way, and you will help all the suppliers in Italy that in this moment, in this particular moment, need your help. So I want to close everything to say you are welcome in Italy, because we love Americans. We missed Americans. So we are here to support you, and Italy is safe. We are following the rules. It's necessary just to follow some important rules, such as the masks and 50% of capacity in the restaurants or in a public bus or transportation. But we follow all the rules, and everything is safe. And we just need that you come back and you trust again Italy. So we will wait for you.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in October for sure. So thank you, Angela, so much for being with us today. And all of you guys, reach out to her, Italy by Experts, and she's going to be collaborating and collecting all of the best operators there on the ground to help you build your custom Italy. And the great thing is you can sell this, you can buy it as net and mark it up on your own commission, what you want to make. And it only makes sense to do custom really with Italy, I think. So thanks so much. And she's going to be back next month. We're going to be talking some destinations. We're going to do a 6-month series on the different destinations and areas of Italy to help you guys grow and market that better. So thanks for having us. See you next week.
Thank you, and a big hug from sunny Sicily and from beautiful Italy.
Ciao.